how we take control of our out-of-control minds, right? That's really what this is about. It's about taking control over how we interact with the world around us. There are two pathways that I see us doing this. The first is to modify our behavior, to pick the path that we want to walk and stick to it. And the second is to enhance our cognition. How do we modify our behavior? The first way, I believe, is through awareness. And that's why mostly what I talk to you about is not how to change your behavior, but how to understand it. Sometimes you realize you're responding to the environment because it's very powerful, but it's not your goal. And recognizing what's your goal and what you're responding to because of something in the outside world is very important. Also, learning your limitations. In terms of the others, so accessibility, which was on the left side of the curve, making things less accessible. You know, people often go to extremes, and I understand this, of putting their phone in their trunk when they drive. Because if their phone's in their pocket, they will check it. They have no ability to self-regulate that. They have to just make it less accessible. Make it less accessible to check your email. When I am working on something that demands high quality, I quit my email program. Even just minimizing it is not enough for me. It's too easy to get to. So I will say, for this hour, from 10 to 11, I'm multitasking. I'm going to put on music. I'm going to get things done, but none of them are going to be make or break things. When 11 o'clock comes around till noon, I'm going to really just work on this one thing. I'm not going on social media. I'm not checking my email. If I have to turn my phone to airplane mode, which I do, I'm going to do one thing. If you try to do that, I guarantee it's going to suck. It's really hard to do that. You give yourself an hour to do one thing, and you will feel the accumulation of boredom and anxiety. Undoubtedly. I feel it too. And so, therefore, that gets us to the other two things. So deal with accessibility, cut down everything except the one thing when you're really trying to get high quality. Arousal and anxiety are super tricky to manage, but the way to deal with it, I find, this is not necessarily the ultimate answer, but it's one that worked for me, is to set break periods. So we talked about how do you modify your behavior, and now the other big question is how do you enhance your cognition? How do we build a stronger brain, right? Because we need to behave better, for sure, but if we had a stronger brain, that would help as well. The first thing is through experiences, how we interact with our environment. Education, cognitive exercises, video games. All of the things that we have learned are good for our bodies in general. These are the big four. Physical exercise, nutrition, although we know the least about that one, stress management, and managing sleep. Critical. Sleep is critical for the distracted mind. When you are not sleeping properly, fatigue leads to a big increase in the limitations of cognitive control. You will feel that burden as if you were drunk. I mean, it is not subtle, and lots of evidence on that. So all of these, how you can engage in a healthier lifestyle, can also help improve the distracted mind by strengthening your cognitive control.